be water, my friend.
Dialectical materialism, to put it plainly, is a process of looking at history in a scientific mindset and analyzing its metamorphosis and evolution materialistically. This was based on the thoughts of George Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, but is founded by the likes of Friedrich Engels and Karl Marx. Friedrich Engels, not Eagles, has created the first dialectic, which is a turning point in something, whether it be from science and history. The dialectic can be divided into three main parts. First is the thesis, which is something already established, either from a past revolution or something that is just fundamental. Something like this can inherently contain an opposite, in contrast of the thesis itself, which would be called the antithesis or the antithesis. So already you can kind of see the inevitable conflict between these two. They obviously can't coexist together in one place because they contradict themselves anyways. The thesis and the antithesis create something entirely new in this sense, which change the principles left by both problems, and the synthesis is born. So in looking at this, we can make very basic examples. A forest fire can be a thesis, like the fire is rampaging throughout the forest. It's destroying the animals and habitats. It's clearing out land. It poses a big threat of nature in that region. And an antithesis can be pretty obvious, like a fire comes out, they spray water on the fire, it extinguishes the fire. Its antithesis can be the new outcome of spraying the water with fire, and the forest is conserved, a new habitat is formed. That is the solution to those two underlying conflicts. Hegelian dialectics can be as simple as saying, you're hungry, you eat food, and you're energizing, you're no longer hungry. That's the thesis, antithesis, and then synthesis. It's easy. This principle has been used in a ton of things like Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, other theologies, but Marx uses it and kind of turns it upside down. Marx is a materialist, which means he's not interested in the aspect of abstract dialectics which deal with God or much existential questions, but ones that deal with the matters of the world. Marx says, my dialectic method is not different from the Hegelian, but it's direct opposite. To Hegel, the life process of the human brain, i.e. the process of thinking, in which under the name of the idea, he even transforms itself into an independent subject. It is the dermigos, or the God figure, of the real world, and the real world is the only external phenomena form of the idea. With me, on the contrary, the ideal is nothing more than the material world reflected by the human mind, translated into forms of thought. Marx believes throughout history the working class, the proletariat, has been always at a constant struggle between the people in power, which is the bourgeoisie. This concept, easy enough, is called class struggle. Looking through history, there has always been a society in which a certain aristocratic group of people control the welfare of all the people in society itself. Kings, queens, emperors, dictators, even presidents all have a say in what the proletariat can do, and they can use their power to control their interests. So in looking at the Hegelian perspective, we can call the aristocratic people the bourgeoisie, the thesis, the class-conscious people, the ones that realize they're being taken advantage of, the ones that realize the only way they're going to benefit their livelihoods and not be slaving away to protect the ones in charge, is the antithesis, because these two and two can't go together. This transitionary stage into the thesis is called the class struggle, and that will turn into the revolution. There are many examples of this happening. It can be the Protestant Revolution and the French Revolution, but all of those events were before Marx's time, so he had to know about it. He can never really know any socialist ones, besides the French Commune, which only lasted a short while, but that gave good insight of how a socialist society should operate. If you're interested, I'll link a video to Bad Mouse Productions. He's a socialist. He made a really good video about the French Commune. But back to the point. So Marx couldn't see the best examples of dialectical materialism in its highest forms because he didn't live to see it. The Russian Revolution in this case can be its best form because it's the first successful revolution to be sought out by a socially conscious proletariat class, with a leader inspired by Marxist ideas and sought to overthrow the bourgeoisie, the Tsarist regime encompassing Russia and destroying its people. Together, the proletariat sought reforms which gave power to the class itself instead of a rich few, created a democratic body, and made the workers control means of production. So the dialectical process is achieved here because there is no one to revolt against if its thesis is no longer a bourgeoisie body. The class struggle can be used to transition to revolution, but since there's not enough components to contradict themselves, then it's useless. It is this that all socialist bodies should deserve to be treated in order to create a peaceful, equal, and healthy society. Thanks for watching.